Good morning. It is Thursday, June the 15th. We're halfway through the month already. It's going fast. Summer up and running. I thought in mind yesterday that I am going to be back in the classroom in about 11 days. Ooh, I've enjoyed my little break, but it's wrapping up. Whoop, whoop, wrapping up. But today's the 15th. Yesterday was FOMC day and PPI information. FOMC day, I'm going to show you the chart of what yesterday looked like in the S&P 500, and crazy is what it looks like. Bananas, as they say. Looks like bananas. Anyway, we made it. We made some money yesterday. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. The E2T crew made money yesterday, even in the midst of massive volatility. We made money yesterday because that's what we do, baby. We try to stay green. Most days we do. And we get this money. And most days we do that too. The Educator2Trader crew. Yes, Miss Barbara. Woo, 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 woo. 20-something% profits on return on collateral in a day. Look, now we'll take it. We'll take it. Right? Let's switch over to see what is going on in the market. So I'm sharing this candle. I mean, not this candle, this chart today. This was S&P yesterday. This is where it opened. This is a 15-minute chart. So this is where it opened. I believe I'm on SPX. Yep. It ran up a bit, ran up, boop, came back down. Maybe I'll go do something. Notice all this, the candle, the little dotted line here is our breakout, is the breakout candle where I put around that first candle. It stayed within that zone all this time. This feels like more than one day. Yeah, here we go. The 14th started here. I'm thinking this is a lot of day for 15 minutes. We started here. This was the first candle, which would have been that. Well, now I wonder why. You know what, though? I put the breakout thing on the XSP chart, not on the SPX. So there we go. Breakout would have broke out yesterday right away. For those who were doing the breakout strategy yesterday, could potentially have offered a good little bit of assistance into the breakout. We got to the gap a little bit and then came on back down, broke through. But this right here, this was been 2 o'clock. Yep, 2 o'clock on the nose. We get this massive drop from the announcement from FOMC, drop a little bit more. These long wicks say, no, I'm not going down there. And then it pops right back up, basically reverses this. Anytime another color overtakes the previous color, that's a reversal. And it went on back and then hung out in the same zone, from the first 15-minute candle zone. It hung out right in that same zone. I really wonder, that may be something that's worth going back to check out to see if price ends within that first 15-minute candle. Does price come back into that zone at the end of the day? That may be, because that's exactly what it did yesterday. This was the first 15-minute candle, and it closed within that same zone at the end of the day. That might be worth a look-see. So this was yesterday, right? This was yesterday. That's what yesterday looked like in the market. And those are the days when you have to be, as they say, diamond hands, or very careful. Or another alternative is just not to trade. Watching is a strategy. You don't have to jump in. You can jump in very, very late. That way you got all day that you can look at for your information. A good thing about sellers, we can get into the market at 3:59. You don't have to get in early. You don't have to get in middle. You can get in 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45. You can get in all the way up to the market closes and snatch that money. Right? You do not have to get in the market early and ride through all this. You can just wait. Now, the biggest problem most people have is waiting. They do mind waiting. The song says, I don't mind waiting. In this case, people do mind waiting because they don't want to wait. The impatience is one of those psychologicals that gets us. We feel like, oh, I'm missing all these things I could have got in on. Yeah. This is true, but you also are missing some of the money you could lose on. So you have to manage yourself. That's the hardest part, managing me, the inner me. That's the most difficult thing you have to do in life, period. Not just in trading, but definitely in life. The U.S. is in its third inflation wave, and corporate profits may be why. As supply and demand shocks begin to wane, another potential culprit for sticky inflation has emerged. Corporate profit margins. UBS's chief economist, explains. The writing is just so very little. Stock futures slide as hawkish Fed preys on the mood. Deutsche Bank trading revenue to drop up to 20%. Dr. Doom is very optimistic on AI. Dr. Doom is optimistic on AI. It's not just gas. Other energy prices are finally falling. A new AI assistant is doling out money advice. Oh, the open AI is telling you what to do with your monies. Okay, Xbox is Starfield, Microsoft's crucial bet on cloud gaming. A lot happening over there. A lot happening. This is our pre-market. The U.S. pre-market. Dow futures down 0.14%. S&P futures down 0.36%. NASDAQ futures down 0.73%. Oil is green, 0.98%. And U.S. 10-year bonds is green. Stock futures slip after the Fed signal it will restart rate hikes. Basically, yesterday we got told we were pausing. They were pausing the rate hikes for this cycle, but that they will start them up again. It ain't paused forever. Stock futures slip after the Fed signals it will restart. Jim Cramer sees a narrowing market ahead following Fed's rate hike pause. All righty, well. Oh yeah, no, don't pick that. Drop down box. That is not what I wanted. Show me Europe. There we go. Europe is mostly red. The DAX is down 0.57%, FTSE up 0.11%, CAC down 0.72%, FTSE MIB down 0.43%, and Stock 600 down 0.38%. European markets are lower ahead of ECB rate decision. H&M is up 5%. Asia, more green than red. ASX, Hang Seng, and Shanghai are all green. Actually, the HSI, the Hang Seng is green, 2.17%. That's a lot. Nikkei is red, and so is Kospi. Hong Kong jumps over 2% as Asia investors digest the Fed's hawkish pause, which is weird because on one thing it'll say that US, the market is down because after the Fed's signals, and then the next Asia area goes, we're up because of the Fed's hawkish pause. Really, which is it? Are we up or down because of that? That can't be the reason for the up and the down. That can't be the reason.
Actually, it can, because you think about it, and depending on what's happening, some markets are going to do better than others.
I get that.
So,
I get that. But Hang Seng says we're up 2% because of the pause, and then the US says we're down this morning because of the pause. I mean, really? Economy is economy, right? I'm not saying that some things markets are going to do better than others, but how would pausing this may be just showing, something I don't know about, but how could pausing be such a great piece of news for Asia and pausing be not a great piece of news for the US? I mean, I don't know why. I think it would be equal or at least spread around the world economy. That's my thought. But again, I'm not an economist or know anything about economics. This is just my thought.
Well, you're closer to it than I am. Sure.
Just thinking it can't be like, oh, it's great for us and it's piss poor for you. It's like both of us the same thing. I mean, I do know that the different perspective of a certain thing can be good for one and not good for the other. But if we're talking about economy across the world, and because we do know that they're all intermingled and tied in together. Well, okay. Thursday, core retail sales month over month. Those data points, these numbers are coming in. Empire State Manufacturing Index is green. Retail sales month over month is green. Unemployment claims, core retail sales, it came in, looks like it came in flat based on what they were forecasting. Unemployment claims, 262,000. They thought it was going to be 246, going the wrong direction. It's in the red. Unemployment claims, the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, thought it was going to forecast at negative 13.9. It's at negative 13.7. And import prices month over month, negative 0.6. That unemployment claims is interesting. But you know what is interesting? For service workers, when you go into almost every restaurant, any restaurant you go into, you see that there is a if either there's a shortage, everybody's saying there's a shortage, and there probably is a shortage of workers in the service industry. There's a shortage of service industry workers, and that I know they were given like a lot more money for unemployment back when we were in the COVID days, but I don't know if if those weekly amounts are still up there, or if they pulled back down to, I won't call them normal ranges, because honestly, $300 a week, well, that was a long time ago when I got unemployment, and I'm sure it's more than $300 a week now, but $300 a week, you can't do nothing with that. But I guess if you got $300 a week that you're not doing anything for, but filling out 2 applications online, and then you're making money other ways that are not job related, but you got other means of income, then that $300 of free money might be usable. Remember back in the day, who was Arsenio Hall? How do it know? Was that him? Or how do it know? How do it know?
Thought it was, it makes you go,
Yeah, things that make you go, There we go.
Yeah.
Who did how do it know? Somebody did how do it know. Things that make you go, that was Arsenio. Yes. Yes, things that make you go, So that's what's going on today. We do have a few more things popping up in the day as the day goes on. 9:15, industrial production, capacity utilization rate. Industrial production month over month is an orange folder. Business inventories month over month at 10 o'clock, 10:30 natural gas storage, and 4 o'clock tick long-term purchases, which is after the market closes. So every day we're doing what we do every other day, which is trade what you see. All righty, please just do that. I did a whole video on it the other day about trade what you see, not what you hope to see. So some of us have numbers today. I think we've got 4360. They're not due until tomorrow. 4365.70 is what I had. I closed mine yesterday. I was not fooling up with SPX for another couple of days. The couple days that we endured the ride up into the 80s and back, I was like, my sensibilities are good. So I closed it for a little bit of a loss, and then I put on some trades for yesterday that helped to balance it off. And between those and the other things I closed, the other verticals I closed, I end up with a little bit of profit. But I couldn't do it. Ooh, I thought I had nerves of steel, but some of y'all got me beat now. Yeah, I think my nerves have softened. My nerves of steel are now nerves of spaghetti. Y'all are good. Holding on. Listen, I'm in the fight with you. My heart is there. I'm there. And I just like, we need to do it back. And I said on Tuesday, I was like, we're back. I'm back today to the 4 and 5 day. And then the next day it went nuts. And I was like, that 4 and 5 day trade is like, So maybe my notice for myself is that the 4 and 5 day trade, those 4 to 5 DTE trades cannot happen for me during a week when there's the FOMC and the CPI and all those things. That's not a good week for 3 or 4 days, because we just don't know what's going to happen in those 3 or 4 days, right? So those are those 0 DTE days when we're in the FOMC week. That's the each day by day run. That's going into my trading plan, that when we're in FOMC week, Miss Barbara says agree. When we're in FOMC week, I'm doing day by day. In the other weeks, the week before it, we can do maybe the 4 to 5. But okay. So that says we made it out. I made it out with the skin on my booty, but I just was like, this is a, I'm cooking dinner, I wasn't fixing dinner. I was fixing Warren some stuff to eat for him to go to work. But the whole time I'm cooking, I got my chart open and it's there, and I'm cutting up some watermelon and looking at the chart. And the candles are just going and doing their thing, and I trying to concentrate and trying to cut off no fingers. He wanted chicken, so I'm fixing the chicken, and but I have to be careful too, because the way they set up our fire alarms, and y'all might have heard me talk about the fire alarms, is they were really close to the kitchen and they moved them a little bit, but they moved them into the area where it's right, like at the edge of the wall. So if any smoke gets to that wall and just hangs out and hovers up there, then it'll go off, and it becomes just a whole ordeal, a whole ordeal. And so I have to want to watch that, because even cooking bacon in here can be a chore. You got to go open up the doors and run the fan towards the fire alarm, and it's like, Lord, even though I was just baking some chicken yesterday, so I didn't worry about it. But when I get distracted, if something's on the stove and I'm distracted with something else, I look back and go, oh, it's smoking. And I don't know how much smoking is enough smoking that causes the problems with the smoke detector. So I have to be super, super worried about that, super cognizant about that, because as soon as the alarm goes off, the ADT people start calling, and the ADT people supposedly can't communicate with the fire department in time. So if the alarm goes off and they call, the fire department is on the way, and you're like, and then you feel bad because the fire department ends up outside. And then you're like, sorry, I was just cooking. Hey, what kind of cooking you doing that you need the fire department? What is you fixing in there that you need the fire department? What? The thing is, I don't want to be like Chicken Little. Like, every time this happens, they call and we call them and we say, don't worry about it. I don't want one day for them to get the don't worry about it message so many times that one day when they're, perfectly, they won't ever be. If there ever was a problem, that they do like, oh, it's just them, they just cooking. No, I don't want you to do that. So that's the fine line. Okay. That was my empowering story about the day. If you're going to have a system that is monitored by someone else, be prepared. Because we've lived all these years without all of this. We've lived so many years without anybody monitoring the fire alarm. Nobody was monitoring the house alarm. And now it's just another thing to be cognizant about all the time. You leave the house and, did you set the alarm? I'm like, no, I'm going up the street. No, I didn't set the alarm. Going up the road. Be right back. BRB. Looks like on investing.com, I don't see anything that's different from what we saw over on the Forex. 9:15, 10 o'clock. Yep. Oh, 11:30. We got the bill auctions happening at 11:30. That wasn't mentioned over there. But yeah, that's what's going on there. We saw the S&P from yesterday. The VIX is still in the 14s. But do you see this? It's just like, I'm just gonna hang out here. The VIX is like, I'm cool right here in the 14, 15 range. I want to see if did it go up to anything yesterday. No, looks like this was yesterday's candle. So it did go up to the 1460. It went up here. 15th was yesterday. So all this is yesterday's information. The VIX just chilling. I am just, summertime. It's just chilling like it's summertime. It is summertime, but it's chilling like it's summertime. Yeah. Okay. Switch over. Let's see what Adam had to say this morning. See what Adam had to say in the morning. No, I don't want the messages. Maybe this will make it go down. Yeah, there we go. Pro traders. Nope, not it. yesterday I was looking for a spike post FOMC. I'm getting this situated. There we go. So I can read it. Yesterday, I was looking for a spike post FOMC to 44.29, and the ES futures hit 44.29.5. We rallied 130 points in a week. Now it's likely time for complex basing. Plan today, 44.03, which is where we are now, he says. 43.85 to 90 is supports. As long as 44.03 holds, bounce to 44.13, 44.29 in play. 43.85 fails, then it's short to 43.66. Let's get our snipping tool. See what we can do with these numbers. Put them into something we can awake with. Yes, something we can work with. So we decided we're not doing our coaching call on Saturday. We decided that. We decided we're doing it on Monday after work. We're doing it on Monday after work. I think Jamie is going to offer Cash Flow 101 for those who are open to play on Saturday. You're open to do. I really enjoy the game. I've missed it for all those times. I didn't know what I was missing. Let me see. This is 43, 60, what, 58? Yeah, would that be it? 43.58 plus 45 will put you at 44.03. 43.40 to 45 is there. So those are supports. 43.58 goes here. 44.13, which means 43.68. Come on. There we go. What else? Oh, today is the day that the Options 411 live coaching. This third cohort is starting up today, this evening. For those who signed up for that, what's this, 84? For those who signed up for that, the people who went through previously can go through again for a reduced cost. Sometimes, repetition is the mother of learning, which we all know that. We have to hear things multiple times, including me. Sometimes I have to hear it more than once, and then I go, oh, I finally get it. Sometimes the first time it kind of, you like, I heard it, but it didn't really click. Then you're like, oh, I heard it, but it didn't really click. And it's one of the times you hear it, and that's when the popcorn pops. And it's like, yes, I got it now. I got it now. Nothing wrong with that. That's the way we learn. We didn't learn our multiplication tables the first time the teacher told them to us. We went through them and we did repetition and we repeated them over and over. And then after a while, now you still know that 8 times 7 is 56. Some of us know that. I have found that it is quite sad, to be honest, that there's a many students who are all the way at college and don't know their times tables, like at all, especially not the ones in the middle. When I say in the middle, the 6s and 7s, 8s, most people do okay with the 9s, 10s. A lot of people don't know the 11s. Some of them are comfortable with the 12s, but everybody's really good up to the 5s. Everybody rock on until the 5s. Get to the 6s and it's like, the train slows down a little bit when you get to the 6 or 7, especially the 8s. Yeah, people struggle with those 8s. So let's read it again. Yesterday, I was looking for a spike post FOMC to 44.29. Ignore the number. SPX. Anyway, plan today, 43.58. We're here now. 43.40, 43.45 as supports. As long as 43.58 holds, then we can bounce to 43.68, 43.84 is in play. If 43.40 fails, it's short to 43.21. Copy.
So what that means is I need y'all to be cheering that this joker comes down to 43.21. Amen. So I could get me out of this trade expeditiously. And listen, I'll break even. I'll be happy with breaking even. I ain't even trying to get greedy. I ain't trying to get greedy. 43.50 and below. Solicit your prayers.
That's what you get when you do when we're in the I'm saying when we're in the trade and you're like, yes. Then after a while you're like, Lord, just let me break even.
Please let me break even.
Before you're like, yes, $100. Then after a while you're like, just let me break even.
That's how people be when they start drinking. They be like, oh, let me get a sip of this. And they are hugging the toilet. Oh Lord, I'll never drink again. Same deal. Same deal. Same deal.
Yes, we could that could apply to so many situations. So many situations. So the elite options trader said his trade plan for today is SPX dip was bought up yesterday after the FOMC. If SPX can break above 43.73, then it can run to 4,400. If SPX above 44 can run another 60 points. A 44.20 call can work above 43.73. So he's basically saying if the price gets above 43.73, you can buy a 44.20 call. And that should ride you up with your target to 4,400, looks like. NVIDIA, possible to see 44.80 or 50 if you can close above 44.35 tomorrow, which is today. He sent this out. He posted this yesterday. And Microsoft above 339 can set up to test the all-time high of 349. 342 calls can work if you're above 339. That's elite options trader. Okay. Jamie put a bunch of good stuff in the chat yesterday. He's always looking and investigating and studying and doing all those things. So he gave us some good information here about XSP versus SPY, because they are for into the purposes the same thing. They're the same size. SPY is an ETF though, so it may have the holdings may be a little bit different, so it may move a little bit different. It's only a little, it's a minute amount different, but SPY has shares and it's an ETF. XSP is cash settled, which we knew this. There are no shares. It's European. SPY is American. That's how the cash settled thing I think plays in right there. When the market closes at 4 o'clock, XSP is done, just like SPX. But when the market closes at 4, SPY is still going. And if you have SPY trades, we've had this discussion before. If you have SPY trades that are verticals or whatever, you can close at 4:15 and believe you're good, but that market is still running and you can be assigned even up to 5 and 5:30. So that's something that we found out when we were trading SPY every other day, get to 4:15, like, whoo, I made it, only to find out that there was still opportunity for this to not go. If the market ran up or ran down after the market closed, you could still end up with some issues, right? XSP option fact sheet PDF, check that out. Especially because we're using, here's another one, mini SPX index options. Because we're using XSP on a regular basis, we do want to make sure that we have some understanding about it. The Candlestick Trading Bible always helps with just candle patterns. Definitely something to be, you're not going to learn all the candlestick patterns because there are so many, but there are some key ones, the head and shoulders, the, hammer, some of the other things. There are some key ones, reversing hammers that will indicate to you that you're going to see more regularly. It'll be good to know some of those, so that way when you see them, you'll have an idea of what's getting ready to happen. All right. Volume profile, insider's guide to trading. I don't know if I have to open this and look at it. I've never seen this particular document, but I'm sure it will be of interest. Okay, so we talked about this weekend, what's happening there. Got options going on this evening at 6 o'clock. Oh, let's go. I don't have it open yet. go look at the IVP. I put some trades in the chat at the end of the day. Some oh, what were they? Hear me, my Denzel Washington. Whew, group hug. If Jamie said it was great that we're all inspiring that I needed a group hug yesterday. Needed a group hug yesterday. Where did I put it? Now I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Possible 25 Delta credit spreads for this Friday. Because of the premiums were up yesterday, even though the VIX didn't seem to be high, the premiums were higher yesterday. If you looked at XSP earlier, it was those at the money trades were costing 128 and 150. That's not usually the price of XSP. So the premiums were up a little higher, which means we got some decent premiums on other things too. This was a Carvana trade, and these are the numbers I found the time I looked. Excuse me, at the time I looked with the 25 Delta, around the 25 Delta area. The Carvana is a 50-cent trade, 50-cent spread. Carvana is one that is a good one for rinse and repeat. If you're looking to do credit spreads week after week, Carvana is a good one because the premiums are good, pretty steady. And the 50-cent spread means, you're not putting a whole lot of money on the line. Generally, I only do the PCS, but yesterday I did both because it's only for tomorrow. Amazon 124, 125 put credit spread. Beyond Meat put credit spread, and Plug put credit spread.
How far out are you going for? First of all, thank you for sharing these. How far out are you going for your next set of credit spreads?
A week.
July 16th or July 17th?
1 week.
You only do 1 week credit spreads?
No, I don't. As soon as I said that, I thought about it. I've got that 1 week test thing still going, but the next run now, I think we're still on the July 21st because that's still enough days, but we might be on the August cycle by now. I still believe John and those are still hitting. Oh, that's why.
So generally, you're going to that next third Friday.
Yes, you're going to the next monthly.
That's really what we aim at anyway. Okay, I got you.
You're going to the next monthly is where you're going. Let me see the ones that they put on yesterday. Yeah, they're still picking July 21. AMD, he exited that one. Adjusted the AAP. Yeah, it looks like we're still doing July. This AMD was a July.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Yep. So that's that. They're looking at, so I do both. I do the out till July. But what I've seen is, and what I'm going to do, even though the process has been to do, if you're going out that far, to look at the money, look at the 30%, 35%, yada, yada. So some of the ones that I've had that were expiring on June 16th, those are coming home to roost at this point. This is all these you see that are on my screen actually right now. Those need to be closed. And several of those on the one side that was initially picked is now the price has gone fully the other way. So I've decided that I'll still do the longer term, ones, but I will do them at a delta. I'll do an iron condor. I won't do the at the money, picking a side and letting that go and ride. I'll do an iron condor that will still yield me the same amount of returns, but I won't be at the money on either side.
Now, when you say at the money, you talking about the at the money 30%?
Yeah, because the initial, layout thing says, look at the ones at high IVP, see if it's up a little bit today, go to the call credit spread number that gives you the amount of premiums that you're looking for, pick just one side, and then let it go. let it go for that month or month and a half. So I've got 3 or 4 of those that I did that with, and letting it go for that time frame, even a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, means that they ended up getting breached, and then I had to put the other side on to pull to get some of the premiums back. So I don't really like that. I don't really like how that feels. So and I think if you do, enough trades, it probably does work itself out, but I don't like the process of it. So of that part. So I will do iron condors. I will still do the same thing, just iron condors, and I'll pick a lower delta on, I'll do 2 sides. And so I'll automatically go into an iron condor and then close the iron condor when it gets to 50%. Yeah, that.
Is your plan to do both sides at the same time, or?
I think my plan is to do the sides and putting in the premiums I like, and then letting it run till it picks up.
So you're doing I'm saying you're doing each side individually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Not opening it. I'll be doing put credit spread, call credit spread, looking for an overall 30-something% premium.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So this is go ahead, Ross.
It's like a scalp dance. You get a little on one side, and you move the direction, move the other way, you get a little on the other side, and you can keep reloading.
Yeah,
I do that too, but I think I do it with some people do it the monthly. It's like way out.
Yeah, we're going out a month.
The number they use is not just delta. They use distance too. Distance and delta. I forget how much the distance is for.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Arlissa,
Ma'am?
let me understand. You're going to choose iron condor in the list there where it says singles, vertical, and all those other straddles and stuff. You're going to choose iron condor. Then you're going to say go out a month or whenever and pick one side and let it go. And in the event that side should get breached, you can pick up the second side however many days down the road to kind of mitigate your loss, is what you're saying?
So let me I think I heard this right. So when I'm first entering the trade off of this list, I would do a put credit spread and a call credit spread separately. So I'm not entering it as an iron condor. I'm going to enter an iron condor, but I'm doing the sides separately. Okay. So I would do a put credit spread based on the sell strike and the delta that fits around 16. And I would do a call credit spread with the delta of the sell strike around 16. But I want the premiums from this combined premium from the put credit spread and the call credit spread. I want that combined premium to be at least 33% of my collateral. So if I'm putting 100, if it's a 1 spread, I want to get at least $35 total between these two. If you combine the put credit spread and the call credit spread, I want to get at least $35. And then as they go, time is passing and time is passing, I want to close the whole spread at 50%, because what I've done in the past is on one time, one side got to 50% and I closed it, and the other side wasn't at 50%, and then price could keep going towards that or whatever, but I've already closed, quote unquote, the good side, the side that was generating the profits per se. I'd already closed that side, and then the other side had to be managed. So I'm gonna close the entire trade at 50% profit. So if I take in $35 or something like that, I'm gonna close it at $15 or $17. The whole thing, not just one side or the other side.
And that's the same collateral.
Yes, well, it's the same collateral. So if you have a put credit spread, call credit spread, and it's a 1 spread, you're only using the $100. Right?
Okay, thank you.
And but then once you turn off one of the sides, the collateral still holds. So even though you have put credit spread, call credit spread, if you close one, that collateral is still on for the other one. When you close them both, of course, the collateral is returned to you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's when both of them are closed and the collateral is released.
Yes, absolutely. Collateral release when both of them are closed.
Well, I know Jamie and I, we while the collateral is still going, might load up another
Yeah, yeah. If
the
you're,
other side, make an iron condor again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you do close one side, then use that other side. Go ahead and enter another trade and get some more money out of the trade for sure. For sure. Looks like on the IV percentile list, we got fuel sales still hanging out up here. Adobe, Humana is up here now. Beyond Meat, SoFi. Look at SoFi, $9 and it bumped up to $9.99 yesterday. It was trying to go over the $10 mark. Dish, Palantir is up here. Nike, Rut is here. AI, CMA, which is Comerica. Tesla's here in 38 is Tesla. Rivian, Walgreens, STZ, I think I forgot what that was. Even the other day I asked about that. USB, FDX, Cree, Kroger, Nvidia, and Netflix. Netflix. That's all the people who are in the list. I'll take a look at some of those today and see if there's some opportunities for us.
Yeah, Arlissa?
Yep.
So yesterday with my XSP, I did not want to put a whole $100 at the money. So when the thing was, when it was jiggling, I went further away from the current price.
Yeah.
To get $48.
Yep.
And then as soon as it filled, I put in an order for $70.
Okay.
So sell the close.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nail biting a little.
Mm.
But then, it started really getting erratic and my order filled.
Good. Yeah.
You couldn't do that.
Yeah. You
But
definitely can go a little
not as
outside the money.
comfortable as selling.
Yeah, you can go a little outside the money. You just need to know
So
when.
it's like a buy to open, I get
Yeah.
a little bit of money,
Yeah.
and then
Sell to close. Mm-hmm.
I put what I want to close it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is scalping though.
Yeah, it's
Kind of
similar. Yeah, it's getting you a little bit of grabbing a little bit of capital off of it. But you can do out of the money on those. It'll be a little cheaper, but just know that out of the money means the delta is a little bit smaller, so the price has to move a little bit more for you to get to the profit. You have to either ask for less profit or just give it more space to do its thing. So again, at the money, you just it'll move fast. I mean, you get to your profits quicker if it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I used the 436 strike because it had that number was in at the money at least 4 times.
Okay.
So when it kind of moved away, I said, "Oh, I it's been there multiple times.
Okay.
Most likely we'll hit it again. So
okay.
let me take that price when it's low, and then and put what I want, because I think the market was jumping. The price was up to $200 at one point,
Mm-hmm.
175, and it was just like it just looked like a blur.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I just put, I can live with 20%.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I added more. So
$48 and you $48, $48 and made 20% return. Yep. You put up $50 and made 20 something. That's almost a 50% return on the money you paid.
Right. And that was in my cash account. So this is my first
You must be in the car. Are you
buying in my cash account to test if it is doable? It was either that or do the straddle, and I didn't want to do the straddle.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All righty. Anybody else got anything?
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, dear.
Hey, I do have a question. How can I find some other things that are cash settled? Some other stocks that are cash so.
Feel like we did that list. Jamie?
I posted a list. I'll repost it.
Yeah, I thought we had seen a cash
Okay,
at a list
I
before.
don't know.
I
I
think
must have missed
I
it.
pinned it once.
Oh my goodness, Rasta. I'm trying to manage it, but I'm struggling. Okay.
Removed. There was like 6 of them that Jamie gave us.
Yeah, we got it. Rasta, you're in your car, so you're sounding really crazy.
Yeah, make sure he listens to this replay.
Oh my goodness. So he can see how painful this is. This is the list I put here. And I can move it back to the bottom, I believe, but this is and I don't think this is a comprehensive list, but I got SPX, NASDAQ, so NDX, the RUT, VIX, DJX, OEX, and XSP. These are the ones that I had found. No, I can't edit it, but I'll put at Sandra. That way you'll be close by. But yeah, this is what I got on the list. On the list I found. XSP, I didn't even look at OEX. I think I like glanced at it. Some of these have like the VIX has funky expirations. It expires at different times. It's weird how it does expirations. NDX, RUT has been looked at. NDX, XSP. We like those. Yeah. Okay. I put it at the bottom of the chat, Sandra, so you should be able to find it there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, hon. Anybody else? All righty, let's do our daily declaration. I declare I am a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. I declare money likes me. I declare I'm a blessing to others. I declare I'm a world changer. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. 2 Samuel 22:35. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All righty. I think I've covered all that there is to cover, and yet there's room. Yes, Jamie?
Sorry. At the cross for you. So I did, Rasta, thank you for pinning it. I unpinned the one that Rasta did so we can repin one with the hashtags on it.
Okay.
So everybody could try to remember whenever we post something to hashtag it with something related to the post so we can make it easier. That's what I was doing the other day. I was really just putting more stuff back in, but putting better tags on it, based on some of the questions that we've had since then. But if we can remember to tag it or whatever, that'll make it easier for us to find it. We won't have to keep reposting it at the bottom.
Yeah.
So just be aware. So that's what I was doing, Rasta. My fault. I didn't know you were gonna post it that quick.
That was the somewhat passive way of saying, Arlissa, when you post all this shiggity, make sure you put some hashtags on it.
Nope, that was not passive aggressive. That was not passive aggressive. That was not passivity aggressivity.
There was none of that.
None of that.
I'm the one.
None of that, man.
Always posting stuff. There's no hashtags.
But those of us who feel guilty, amen.
Yeah. A hit dog
may
will
chime
holler,
up at any time. You know what I'm saying?
A hit dog will holler. I'm the hit dog, like, ouch.
Confession is good for the soul. It's good for the soul.
Hashtag just hit me in the head.
Yeah, it's good for the soul. That's all. Confession good for the soul. Soup and confession, good for the soul.
Oh my goodness. All righty. Okay, everybody. It's Thursday. You want to be very careful out here in these stock market streets, right? Trade what you see. We're gonna do two things today, and that is stay green,
Stay green.
And
Get this money.
Get this
Get
money.
this money.
Get this money. We gonna get this money. All right. I'll see you all in the chat. If you need something, please reach out. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone.
Gracias.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You're welcome. Everybody have a really good day.
Thank you.
Real quick, I just wanted to come on. This is Arlissa, Educator to Trader. Wanted to come on and tell you and ask you, I guess, to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content that I create and I'm, posting regularly, then go ahead and subscribe. That way you won't miss anything and you can be a part of all that we're doing here. I'm a coach to sellers. I'm an option sellers coach. If that's a vein that you don't know anything about or you want to know more about, then go ahead, subscribe and check us out all the time. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.